Hello and welcome to another StripyCubing video. Today I'm going to be doing a ThePuzzleStore unboxing. So to begin the unboxing, I took them all out of the box because the box was far too big for the camera. I got their, I think it was their medium weight combination, or maybe, yeah, it was their lubricant, which is 500 and 5k, so I assume this is similar to Traxxas 50k maybe, I don't know. I have no idea what kind of consistency these are, but this looked like sort of a good combination. So I'll be sort of testing those out. I've only been using some pretty basic lube up until now, so time to upgrade some nicer stuff. And this is the main thing of what I ordered. Right, so that's what I've ordered. You can probably read on the boxes there work out what they are. I apologise for my voice at the moment. I've got a really bad cold. I normally don't get ill, but this is this is going to be the best that you're going to get from me today. So probably the most boring thing out of what I've got here is I picked up a couple of the QiYi Fisher cubes. So these are basically, they have a Wushuang mechanism. I don't actually have a Wushuang, to be fair, but they didn't have any black Wushuangs for sale on the site. They'd sold out at that moment, so I'll probably order from them sometime in the future. But these use a Wushuang mechanism, so you can actually swap out the pieces with a Wushuang and things, so you can make cutter cubes and whatnot. That's what I wanted a Wushuang for. But I got these two, one to just keep as a Fisher cube and one to make into a cutter cube and a Fisher cutter cube with a Wushuang that I'll get at some point in the future. But apparently these are quite nice. I tried one in a competition the other day, so let's see. Well, they move very well, a lot better than my homemade Fisher cube, that's for certain. Oh god, I'm not used to using Fisher cubes. There we are. Feels quite dry at the moment, sort of sandy feeling, papery, I suppose that's probably a better. The tensions certainly aren't equal either. The sides are really tight. Seems to move quite nicely. The other one I assume is exactly the same. Yeah. So there's nothing special on them. The stickers are actually quite nice on these. I probably will get some replacement stickers or replace them with some nicer shades. I don't like fluorescent yellow and things, or this particular orange shade, but they are very nice. I can certainly get by with those for the moment. I believe these corner cut because they're based on the Wushuang. So yeah. So this is effectively a speed Fisher cube. Which I've been wanting for a while. I mean, and I know obviously Fisher Cube isn't an official event, but yeah, I think the tensions are quite tight on these, but I think you could probably, with some breaking in, some proper tensioning, you could probably get these to corner cut quite well, just as well as a Wushuang really. So yeah, that's them. This is something that I've been looking at for a while. You might know that I use a Wushuang. I have two Wushuangs. I use these as my main. I really love the feeling of them. I like the fact that they're sort of slick. They're a little bit wobbly, but not ridiculously so. I quite like the crunchiness of them, but it's not clacky like a Wushuang GTS. And I really like the feeling that they just sort of feel smooth and crunchy at the same time. From what I've heard about this one, which is it's a new sub-brand of Moyu called Mohuan Shousu, and they've released this cube called the Chufeng, which sort of has a similar sort of look to it, though is modern in design. It's not completely squared off corners. I don't really like squared off corners. So let's get this open. Right, so it just uses the standard Moyu shades Again, I'm really not fond of this orange. The first thing I could probably deal with for the moment. The red's a sort of typical, quite darkish red. The blue's a little bit light for me, but you can sort of see, I don't know whether it's possible to see, this shape of the stickers really shows it off quite clearly. The corners sort of aren't fully squared off, they're a little bit rounded, so I think it means that it doesn't catch quite as much. That's my reason why I don't use the Volk or the both lovely cubes. I'm partial to the GTS, but it's a little bit clacky for my liking. But first turns. I mean, at the moment, obviously, it feels quite dry and a little bit papery, but as far as I'm aware, that usually subsides in most cubes. That usually doesn't last too long. It feels quite stable, actually. I mean, the tensions are pretty much how I like them, or how I'd probably use this. They're pretty even as well. They're a little bit tighter on the green and blue, obviously. It's not too wobbly. Corner cutting is a lot better than the Wushuang. Certainly the way mine's set up, I set mine up to be quite tight because I don't like it being ridiculously wobbly, because otherwise I find it pops and things, and you know, it is a cube that's the design of it's about 2 years old. These are about a year old or so. Really nice. I think with a bit of breaking in, this could become really smooth, and I think if I got some new stickers for it, it would probably be my main as well. That's main worthy, because I find often when I use things like with the Volk or the Gans, I feel little catches. It's nothing that actually affects the performance. I mean, you can get a bit of catching, I think. Some people probably might not like it. I think people who don't like the wobbliness of something like a GTS might not like this, because I can see if you have a rough turning, from what I've seen on Crazy Bad Cube's review of it, he has quite rough turning, so somebody who's quite rough turning, I could try. I mean, that was ridiculously rough, but I can understand that it can feel quite wobbly and unstable in your hand. Something like my GTS, some reasonably loose tensions as well. Yeah, somebody might have a problem with that, but I'll probably do a review on this because it's a reasonably new cube. I mean, I don't bother doing reviews on older cubes, but this is I'll probably do a review on this because this might overtake as my main, so look out for that. And then the final thing that I have here is the new Wushuang, which is the new QiYi 5x5. Yeah, I don't know whether I'm going to get into speed solving 5x5 at all. I'd like to, but I'm really needing to improve my 4x4. I'm about 2 minutes at the moment. I got 1 minute 56, I think, in my last competition, which meant I didn't make cut off, obviously, because I had to get under 1 minute 30. So my goal is to get a consistent sub 130 on 4x4. So I don't know how to solve a 5x5. I've found a nice tutorial and stuff, and it's not too dissimilar from a 4x4. But yeah, this is pretty nice. This is nice and stable. I mean, I think the tensions are pretty tight, but usually on higher order cubes you probably should have quite tight tensions anyway. This feels pretty smooth. The inner layers feel really sandy, like as though somebody's put almost like sandpaper. I think they'll smooth up easily. it's sort of that kind of really fine sandpaper. That's what it feels like. Like it sounds like the doors in Star Wars opening. But yeah, those inner layers. So if you're a 5x5 solver, you might want to take that into consideration. But look at this. These outer layers stay with. The outer layers are stiffer than the inner layers. And that might be a problem. I mean, for me, that's probably not too much of an issue. I'm not probably going to be speed solving this for any time soon, but I'm more of a 3x3 solver, so usually outer layers for me are very important, but I could probably get used to that, and they'll probably loosen up with use as well. But those inner layers, that's really, really useful for when if you're doing parity algorithms, and I don't know any 5x5 parity algorithms, I'm afraid. I really like the stickers on these, actually. I like the half bright shades. I can live with fluorescent yellow, usually, if there's a dark blue. Really, really vibrant. I think most people, this half bright set is a really good set to put on most cubes. Checkerboard. So you can sort of see the contrast of the shades there. So that's my my unboxing for the moment. I should have another parcel coming from, I believe, Corner Twist, that's it. But yeah, pretty excited for this new cube here. I'll be doing a few solves on this. I might get an average video up, average of 5 or something. I'll probably be doing a few hundred solves or something on it anyway. But I'll probably get an average video up as part of the break-in, just to sort of show you what it looks like and how it performs and whatnot. But yeah, main worthy, I suppose. And I'll probably have a lot of fun working out how to solve a 5x5 and playing with a Fisher cube that actually functions quite nicely. Anyway, see you soon.